Hi, this is TR for Stagecoach Road Sewing Machine, here today to show you this wonderful mid-century Kenmore. This is a really nice all-metal machine. I'm not exactly sure of the year, but based on the colors, which is beautiful silver lavender and buttercream sort of color, okay, I'm going to guess early 60s on this guy. It's got a lot of really cool features. Let's just step through them really fast. Back behind here is a light. Yay, need a light. Now, as you can see, the machine is not in a case or cabinet. We strongly recommend that you put it in a cabinet. Measure your cabinet opening before you make a decision on this machine. Kenmores, I believe, are a little bit different dimension than Singers. Okay, so you should have it in a case or a cabinet. Another reason being, put it in a cabinet, this machine has a knee control instead of a foot control. This mounts in your cabinet and you push it to make the machine go. Now, if that's not going to work for you, our technician can install a standard foot control instead. Okay, let's thread it up. First, let's make bobbin thread, which means you take off this plate. Under here's where your bobbin goes. This is a class 15 type machine, which means the bobbin goes in a little bobbin case like so. Wow, how do I get my thread onto the bobbin? Bobbin winder is under this neat little door. Here at Stagecoach Road Vintage Sewing Machine, we want to tell you always use good quality thread and high quality needles. Don't buy a beautiful, wonderful precision sewing machine and then feed it junk. Buy brand name needles and thread. Okay, back to threading machine with good quality thread. This is for bobbin winding. This is the bobbin winding tensioner. Okay, there's a little notch. You make sure this bobbin's all the way over. Push until the latch goes down. Wind a little bobbin thread on there. That's probably about enough. If you wanted to wind a full bobbin, it will click off when it's full. Through the cut, under the spring, there you go. Goes right under here. Notch to the top. Click. Leave some thread hanging free. Push this back in there like so. Now we're ready to thread the top of the machine. Okay, this one's a little bit different than you might have seen on the Singer. Let's pull you're holding the thread up here. Pull your thread between the tension plates, which are two little convex plates that squeeze the thread, all the way up around this little check spring. See that? And then through the take-up lever, which is what that little up-down thingy is called. It used to remind me of a chicken when I was a kid. This little pigtail down here. Chicken beaks and pigtails. Okay, woo! Now I need to put in a needle. Now in this machine, the flat side of the needle goes to the back. Flat side to the back. So you stick it right up in there. Tighten the little screw, push all the way up until it stops. The screw, and there you go, ready to thread the needle. Needle on this machine threads front to back, like so. Put it under the presser foot. Now turn the wheel, hand wheel, towards you, this way. Lightly holding this thread to bring up the bottom thread. There it is. This machine is a straight and zigzag machine. It also has a door for pattern cams in the top. When we found it, it does not have its pattern cams, so we can't test that feature. Keep an eye out for Kenmore pattern cams on eBay or at your local thrift store. But the machine is perfectly capable of sewing straight and zigzag, forward and reverse, which is probably about 90% of your sewing. Let's just try some Oxford cloth here. Let's place it under the presser foot. Now the presser feet on this machine, when you go to buy attachments, are low shank center needle. Take a minute to explain the controls now. Here, I don't know what this one does. I believe it controls where in the pattern you start on the cam. So we're not going to get to do anything with that knob. This one here is a zigzag width. Now here's a little indicator needle that shows you how wide your zigzags can be. Now it's a really neat design feature here. You can't bump that. You have to push it in to turn it. 4 would be a wide zigzag, all the way down 1 to 0, which is what we're going to try right now. Straight stitch. Push and turn. Needle position is this one. You can sew left, center, or right needle position within your zigzag foot. The reason you want to do that is for top stitching, edge stitching, different needle placements. Very handy to be able to straight stitch in any position. When you're going to zigzag, put it in the center needle position, and then you zigzag however you want, but we're going to straight first. So we're center needle. This is stitch length. This machine runs with a 0 to 4. This is a metric scale, I think. So let's start at about 2.5, which is on a corresponding older Singer machine would be about 12 stitches per inch, 12 to 15. And let's give it a go. Here's your threads. And let's start. Reverse. And forward. Quite a nice looking stitch there. We're using a contrasting thread so you can see what's going on. That's about 15 stitches per inch straight stitch. Come back to the direction. And let's have a zigzag about, let's put it on 2. 2 and 3. See what we get. Very balanced tension. Look at that. Zigzag is the same on both sides. Tension is set at about 3 because this is an average weight fabric. Let's try something a little heavier. Let's try some denim. Let's try my husband's old work jeans. 4 layers. That's as if you're sewing some pieces over hems and things. Now when you sew a heavier fabric, you want to use a heavier needle. We always equip our machines with a basic size 14. But if you really are going to sew a project with denim, put in the correct needle. A nice high quality size 18 or 16. But nevertheless, we can make do with this one for a demonstration. Straight stitch, very long, up to 4. Let's take our zigzag back to 0. So we're going to be sewing a straight stitch. And let's show you how slow we can sew here too. Look at that, lots of control. Reverse. And so there we've got 4 layers of genuine Levi denim. And pretty strong. Okay, let's fold it over a couple more times, see what happens. Probably going to sew right through it. Seams and all. Did you see that? Okay, stopping at the top. Raise up that guy. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 layers. Across some seams and stuff. It never hiccuped. It's a very, very nice precision, solid sewing machine that you got here. You can have it today from Stagecoach Road Sewing Machine. A very nice mid-century Kenmore. Very beautiful, very solid.